Bow. Yo, what's good? What's poppin', y'all? My name is Mark Wakama, and welcome to MLM Keys Radio. So, bear with me, guys. This is my first episode ever. I never thought I'd do a podcast ever in my life. But I just felt like the information I got, the information I've been learning, the journey that I'm on would only make sense if I document it, right? So, I'm documenting my journey. This podcast is strictly for documenting my journey and just teaching the marketing strategies that I'm using and that I teach to my downline, to y'all, right? And I would just to do it, man. I just feel like there's a gap when it comes to and pause. By the way, my room is right next to the main road. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. It's loud out here, so you'll hear some background noise. Unfortunately, I ain't got the funds to soundproof my entire room, so just bear with me, guys. But anyways, um, this podcast is strictly just to give game, man. I feel like there is a large gap between. Um, I just feel like there's a void when it comes to MLM strategies, multi-level marketing strategies on how to actually allow people to use this opportunity to and create an asset out of it. Not another job or another side hustle, but an actual asset they can use. I feel like that's just vacant, especially when it comes to the Black community. Now, this podcast is for everybody. Please believe that. It's for everybody. I don't care your color, creed, sex, religion. I don't care about none of that. All right. If this can help you, I pray that it can help you. But I really wanted to help Black people because I feel like there is a good amount of us in MLM, but no one's teaching us how to actually go about this the right way that looks like us. Let's just keep it funky, you know. Are you going to pay more attention to someone that looks like, you know, looks different than you? Let's just keep it, say it like that. So this is the base of this. But anyways, Mark, why are you doing this? What is your story? Like, how did you get into doing a podcast? I'm introverted at heart. I don't really talk like that. So for me to even do this is like, is different. It's not hard. It's just different. But I felt like, I just went over that. But anyways, so guys, I'm born out of Austin, Texas. I'm Nigerian, first generation in America. I am Igbo, and I didn't think I'd do this, right? So I'm an athlete. I'm a basketball player at heart. I love the game of basketball. I love the game of basketball. Oh, I could talk about that thing forever, right? I played as a freshman on varsity in my small but really good basketball team out in Leander, Texas. Leander High School. Austin, Texas, stand up. But the Leander Lions, Leander High School, home of the Leander Lions. I was able to play Division I basketball at the University of Hartford in West Hartford, Connecticut. Played all 4 years there. Shout out to Coach Gao, all my teammates. Had a great career. 1,500 points in four years. You know what I'm saying? And I did well. So well, in fact, I was able to play professionally overseas, which is a total blessing, man. That's something a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do. So I thank God every day that I was able to experience that for free. Obviously blood, sweat, and tears, but like traveling, being able to see the world and play the game I love for free. I only did it for 2 years. I played in Tel Aviv, Israel, Budapest, Hungary, and Quakenbrück, Germany. Super small town in Germany. They love their basketball though. But I've been around the world and I was able to experience that. So I'm an athlete, right? This is what I know. This is what I do. But my real story starts after the game was done, right? From 12, I started late. Like usually people start playing basketball like, 4 or 5 years old. I started at 12. But I was naturally good at it. So from 12 to when I stopped playing since March 2017. So from 12 to 24 at the time, all I did was play basketball. I went to school and played basketball, right? Like literally 365, 7 days a week, hooper. And I loved it. But I didn't know any better. I didn't know that I um should not wrap my identity around the sport. I didn't know that. So I did. So once the sport was taken from me, I stopped playing, right? I retired. Excuse me. I didn't know who I was anymore because my identity was in the game. I was a hooper. But once I was done, I didn't know who I was. And that really hit me hard when life smacked me in the mouth with a Tyson left hook, right? Life hit me hard, y'all. Um, so I got done in March 2017. And for the next year of my life, I literally did not know who I was, what I wanted to do. I was living a purposeless life. I was working odd jobs because no one would hire me. I had my BS in biology. I'm summa cum laude. I think that's like top 10% at a really good school, a private school, right, in Hartford. Didn't matter. No one hired me, and because I didn't have experience, right? And if you don't have experience, they won't hire you, but you can't get experience, and no one hires you. So it's like, what do I do? So I got desperate. I didn't want to spend the money I had made, and I started working all these odd jobs. And I hated it, man. I hated it. I hated it because I was becoming a shell of myself, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I didn't know who I was, man. And it was tearing me up. And at the time, I didn't know it was having such a big effect on me until I got out of it, right? I was like, dog. Especially like towards the last 3 months of that, like that stage in my life, like from like, um, really from like January to March, people started noticing, like, bro, you don't look so good. You look stressed. You look just, especially like my mom saw it. Moms. My mom saw it, like, you know, halfway through. She was like, my son is not well. He does not. He just doesn't have any purpose right now. She didn't say it. My mom doesn't never tell me like what's on her mind like that after the fact. You know what I'm saying? She'll keep it to herself. But once I was actually out of it and started living with more purpose, she was like, so you were struggling, huh? I'm like, yeah, I was, you know? Anyways, right? So in that year is where MLM found me, right? So at this point, my first instant with multi-level marketing, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. I apologize for that, guys. Again, I'm next to the street outside, a lot of background noise. It is annoying, but bear with me. But anyways, my first experience with MLM, I'm at my friend's house. So this is the summer of 2017, right? And I'm at my boy's house. I just got done working this contract job as a professional grader. Yes, a professional grader. I was grading standardized tests in the Texas high school, I don't know, world or whatever, like tax tests, and I think it's now called STAR. I was grading tests like that. Anyway, so it's I just got done working that job. I had it was a contract job, like a 6 week, position. So afterwards, obviously I'm out of a job, I'm out of making money. So now I'm at my boy's house, and he's just like, yo, he showed me his phone. It's like, bruh, he was recruiting me, and I didn't even know it. Like, I was that clueless to MLM at all. So he was like, yo, and showed me his phone, bro, look at this. I'm like, what? So I just made $150. I'm like, how you do that? I'm broke. Help me. Like, my eyes got big. So he showed me, I'm like, bro, how do you get into something like this? And he was just like, yo, I'm a three-way call you in. Oh, God. I'm a three-way call you in with my mentor, right? And he didn't know any better. I'm like, oh my gosh, now that I know what I know, but like back then, it's normal. And honestly, it still is normal, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, so the next day I get on a call with his mentor and air quotes mentor, and he's just basically like, yo, bro, I'm making all this money. I turned this into that. I'm doing this and that. And I'm like, I don't believe you. Sorry about that. A little background noise. But I was like, I don't believe you, bro. But I do trust my friend. I trust him. So, bro, off your merit, off of our friendship, I'll sign up under you because I believe in you. So I got in. I didn't really know, again, what I was doing, but I knew I could make money in this thing. So I got in, and I remember I got on a call. It was, it was like a weekly training call. So I got on this call, and the head honcho, the main trainer, dude was one of the big earners in the company, making dough, like a multiple six-figure earner, right? So I'm hearing that, I'm like, okay, whatever he tells me to do, I'm gonna do it because I'm broke. He's not. I need to listen to what he's saying. So I remember, I remember him. He was on the call. He was like, it's super intense, right? He's like, you know what? In order to make money in this business, you got to talk to people. Mind you, 2017. I'm not really. I'm introverted at like by nature. I'm like, that's a tough one there, buddy. But you know what? If that's how you make money, I'll talk to people. He was like, you need to make a list. I'm like, a list of 300 people. So instantly, I'm like, 300 people? I don't know 300 people. And at that exact moment, he's like, you know 300 people. You don't tell me you don't know 300 people. I'm like, is this dude in my mind? Or he just knows people, right? Anyways, he was like, you know, a list of 300 people, your friends, family, auntie, grandma, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I don't care where it's at, 300 people, and you need to tell them about this opportunity. So I'm like, okay, this is new, but, and this is what the big dogs do. I'm gonna do what big dogs do and create this list because I didn't know any better, just like a lot of other people. There's no marketing strategy. I didn't learn any skill. I was just told to mass message everybody that I knew and their mama and try and see who's interested in joining, right? So I do that, and I get to like maybe 100 people, and from there it's like, okay, this is not fun. this is this is not this is not fun, man. Like, this is what I gotta do to make money. Like, this is not fun at all. Like, I'm getting people ignoring my message, blatantly ignoring it. I'm getting people seeing the message and not responding, blatantly ignoring. I got a couple people actually message me back. They responded and said, quote, bro, just stop, dot, 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 unquote. That hurt, right? I'm tearing down relationships I had built over years in like 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending out this mass message like, yo, whatever your name is, insert name. I know we haven't talked in X amount of years, probably since high school, which is like, at the time it was like 5, 6 years. Hope you're doing well. I'm in this new opportunity though, making some money, and I think you'd be great at it. I'm sending that same message to everybody named Mama. Can you relate? Huh? Anyways, so that didn't work, and I instantly became an MLM hater. I hated it. I thought it was stupid. I'm just like, bro, this is not the way. Like, this is dumb. This is the only way you make money doing this. I'd rather do something. I'd rather invent something. I'd rather like do something way different, right? So I signed up in June, and I had like been on and off till like maybe I've been on and off for a while. I was still using the product for a while, but when it came to the business, I stopped in like September, like maybe 3 months into it, I was done. Right? So fast forward, I'm still broke. So after I got done, I'm still broke. I'm still going through like this very tough emotional, mental state of mind where I don't know who I am. I don't have any identity. I don't know what I want to do. So what do I know most? Basketball was taken from me. So what's next is school. That's all I knew how to do. I'm Nigerian. Like, go to school. Go to school, become a doctor. Right? Doctor, lawyer, engineer. Like, some of y'all can relate, for sure. Or really most foreigners. Most foreign parents are like, hey, these three are your profession now. Pick one. So anyways, I go back to school. I go back to my alma mater. I go back to the University of Hartford and pursuing a master's in neuroscience, which I got. I actually got that. So shout out to me. Uh, but that's all I knew, right? So I feel a little better now that I'm actually doing something that I'm doing something, but it still wasn't. I still didn't really feel, I didn't feel like I was really accomplishing much. Honestly, I just did what I knew. I didn't feel any different inside. So with all that stress that's on my mind, all that mental and emotional, pressure, I ended up physically looking the part as well. Like, as much as I was an athlete and I was in the gym, I had terrible habits, y'all. I was eating a lot of bad food. This is in Texas, by the way, too. So prior to getting to Hartford, Texas has a lot of good and bad food, mostly bad. Tastes good, but it's bad for you. And I'm eating all this food. I'm drinking Thirsty Thursdays. Thank God it's Fridays. Woohoo, it's Saturday. Sunday, get ready for work on Monday, right? I'm living that life like a lot of people do. Still no sense of purpose, and I end up looking like I was, oh man, I just wasn't used to it, y'all. I spent 25 years being in the best shape of my life, only for another, for a year, literally 1 year to go by, and I lost my definition. I lost my pecs, looked mushy. I was a tall churro. For real, I was soft, cuddly. I was a tall churro. You know what I'm saying? If you're from Texas, you know what a churro is. Most people should know what a churro is. If you don't, Google it. So, anyways, so at the time, one of my friends had lost 40 pounds. She was looking good. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, the ego in me is so big. Because, mind you, I didn't tell y'all, 3 months prior, she told me, yo, I've lost 40 pounds. I feel great. Get on these products, right? I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm an athlete. I know what I'm doing. I've tried everything from GNC. No supplement works. I don't need it. She's like, okay, right? So that's 3 months ago, or that's 3 months prior. That was like in January. March comes around, I still feel crappy, right? I'm like, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? I'm already feeling I'm already feeling terrible. Let me at least see what this is about. And then, if it doesn't work out, then bro, I don't know what to do anymore, right? So I get on the product, and I actually learned about nutrition, which I didn't know. Even as an athlete, I had no idea what how important nutrition was. I had no idea, which is sad to say. Who would have known where my career would have been if I actually knew how to eat? Anyways, so I get on the product. I end up losing 25 pounds, gaining 8 pounds of muscle. I felt great. I'm like, man, this is a secret. No one else knows this. So with that came the opportunity, right? The actual product worked, right? I'm a product of the product, as we all should be when it comes to MLM. And I was introduced to the opportunity through some event. I went to it. It was great. I signed up March 28th, 2018. I get on a similar training call as I did with the first company. And that training call was the main trainer who was making lots of money. What they said was the exact same thing Homeboy said in my first MLM. If you want to make money in this business, you got to make a list of 100 people. I'm like, is this high school all over again? High school gives you the same curriculum. You know what I'm saying? For everybody. Same garbage. Is MLM the same way? Are we all taught just to do this? Is there no other way? Does no one figure something out? Right? But at this time, I'm desperate for money. I'm desperate for money. So I'm like, you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks or says. I will message everybody and their mama, and I will get this money. I will get this bag. By any means, I will get this bag. So I became one of those people that I hated prior to becoming one of those people. You know what I'm saying? I was messaging people left and right. After I got done with my whole list of 300, right, I got back to that same list. No one signed up. I went to Instagram mainly and was messaging everybody and their mama, hey, open for opportunity. Hey, open for opportunity. Hey, you. Didn't matter if I followed you and you followed me especially, I'm messaging you. Didn't matter. Did that method work? Yeah, I got some distributors out of it. Got some clients too. Lost a lot of potential friendships though. Excuse me. Man, sorry to say. Lost a lot of potential friendships, a lot of potential collaborations, a lot of potential teammates, really. And um, the people I got some clients that were literally terrible. I got some distributors who literally didn't do anything. They signed up and didn't do jack. So did me cold messaging on these people work like we're all taught to do? Yeah, it does. It does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does. Like there are people out here making money, making buku bread, who do that. Hey, more power to you. More power to you. Most people don't. Just keep it a stack. Most people don't. Most people don't like that. I didn't like that. So I've been doing that, right? I got into this mindset like, you know what? I don't care what I have to do. I will make this happen. I will message people because I wanted success, right? I wanted to make money, but I wanted success. I wanted success. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. I wanted success, and I wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to make me proud. I wanted to feel the same enjoyment I felt when I was on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to feel that same sense of purpose as I felt on the court. So within these next 2 years of me being in this opportunity, not caring what people thought, um, I started to love MLM, like um, the business of it, like what it means. Like literally, you are taking a product from a company, and uh, your only job is to sell it. Like you don't have to worry about inventory, about delivery, about like customer service. Like you don't have to worry about none of that. Your only job is to sell it, right? But we aren't taught. We're only taught how to sell. That's all we're taught how to do is like, you got to get this product in front of people, which is crazy because we're taught to message and talk to anybody that has two legs, except animals, right? Anybody that has two legs, you talk to them about the opportunity. Marketing 101, y'all. Marketing 101. When you market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. I'll say that one more time. When you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. But that's what we're taught. We're taught to just message anybody and everybody that is breathing. That's how you lose a lot of relationships, man. That's how I did. I lost people that, man, I lost like teammates, friends, bro. Like people I literally went through blood, sweat, and tears with. I lost because of my just eagerness to try and sell them something. That's why I'm doing this podcast. But let me stick to the story. Sorry. So, um, I took a step back after like 2 years of doing the same thing, not getting a lot of results like a lot of other people get or don't get. I'm like, there has to be a better way. There needs to be a better way. And I found it during quarantine 2020. Who wants to forget that year? I don't. Because it should have brought us, it should have, that year should have centered people into like what's really important, right? But in that year, I found my mentor who didn't even really know he was mentoring me. My man Steve Larson. I found him on YouTube. And I typed in MLM strategies. He popped up talking about auto recruiting. That word itself made me salivate. Bruh, auto recruit. Hold on. What's he up to? Has he cracked the MLM code? Hold on, cuz. The Da Vinci MLM code, right? That's kind of corny, but just bear with me. I can be corny from time to time. First, like I'm not gonna shy away from that. But so I see what he's doing, what he's talking about. Auto selling his product, auto recruiting, using sales funnels online. Actually teaching marketing techniques to bring people to you to sell them on the back end. Whew. That Like that concept there, people goes over people's heads like crazy, I bet. Because we're not taught that. We're not taught that, right? So I start to like, if anybody knows me, when I start something, bro, I go deep into it. I go super deep into it. So I go deep into learning what he's doing and implementing it and applying it to my business. And man, just the knowledge alone gets me so excited, right? Because if you're listening to this podcast right now, you understand the power that's within MLM to like actually create an asset for yourself, a cash flow machine for you to live the life you really want to do and do what it is you want to do. This is not some hobby people should take lightly. If you take this serious, it can change your life. And I understand that. I might not be where I want to be in, for sure. I'm not. But I understand the power that's within this thing when you take it serious. The problem is, we're so quick to write people off who don't see the vision, but it's because, I can guarantee you, because of the methods that are being used, that are being taught to these new people coming in. They're like, I want to use MLM, but I don't like the strategy. I am with you. Raising my hand right now. I'm with you. All right? I'm there with you. Right? So anyways, I see Steve. I see what he's doing. I start to implement it. Guys, this podcast is about documenting that same journey. Teaching you the methods I've learned, the techniques I've learned, the strategies I've learned, and how to be able to bring people to you who are actually interested in your opportunity. Well, in whatever MLM you choose, understand I'm an MLM. I'm happily in MLM, for sure. How can I just talk about all that and not be in it? That's like conniving. That's mischievous, cuz. For real. Um, but I went through my pain, struggles, and loss to understand and see that, okay, if we actually are taught marketing strategies, we can like truly be able to utilize the internet, bring consistent leads, and pitch those leads on the back end with our opportunity and have an easier sell when it comes to the product and your business. So this podcast is here to document the journey that I'm on and to teach those same techniques that I'm learning to y'all in a way that can be understood. Because it can get a little like crazy when you take a deep dive into it. It can get a little confusing. So I'm just here to document my journey, guys, for real, and to show you guys that you can do this too. Like, you can do this. You can implement these strategies and create something that is generational, residual, and make it fun again. And this podcast is all about marketing techniques, marketing strategies to pull people towards you who actually want your opportunity and your product. We're not here to talk about 3-way calls. We're not here to talk about making a list of 100 people. Ugh. We're not here to talk like about none of those super old MLM tactics that people were using in 1970. It's 2021, guys. It's 2021. Why are we still using those same techniques now? We had the internet. We've had the internet for like 30 years. Like, not social media, guys. Social media helps, yes, but posting on social media is not marketing. Like, understand that. This is about marketing techniques using the internet. And if you with that, then you with that. Then you with Meek. You with me. Okay? And I welcome you to this podcast, yo. I'm super excited to do this. I never thought I'd do this, but I think the content that we were talking about, the concepts we were talking about are things that you can truly be able to utilize and help yourself and like honestly change your life. I truly believe this will change my life and will change yours as well. And I'm super happy that you're along for the journey. So with that said, guys, that is it for this first episode. This is my story. Again, my name is Mark Wakama. Welcome to the show. I will talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. God bless. Let's get it.